The stress of setting this a podcast up.
Whose water is this?
Yes.
Get the fucking water out of my sight.
Sponsored by Johnny Sexton.
Whose phone is that?
Are we? Is that good, Jack? Are we good?
Yeah.
Daniel,
That
when you
was a bit
speak,
freaky.
put the microphone so that you boys can actually use it.
Why don't you chill the fuck out?
Chill the fuck out, David.
We're all here. We're all happy.
Huh?
What were you just talking about there? Oh yeah, you were talking. Go on.
Just go on. I'm gonna get headphones for Daniel.
Headphones for Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
So, folks, you see the background lights. One of the kettle leads was missing, so I had to send Daniel down to the hardware store to get a kettle lead. So that slowed down production. And then framing shots, blah blah blah, and then
usual saga.
and Aidan Bishop was going to show up. By the way, sorry, we haven't introduced our guest yet,
It's okay.
but that's okay.
Keep going. You're on the roll.
But anyway, Aidan Bishop was going to show up, and I hadn't seen Aidan. Aidan used to run the International for God knows how long did he run it for? The International Bar, which is in Wexford Street or
It was
whatever.
14 years between the two of them, was it?
Wow, yeah. So it really was a home club for me. And then this other guy took it over from Aidan, and he was a fucking disaster. And it's hard.
Hold
I'm not
your
going to say who it
horses.
fucking is. I'm not
knows.
saying who it is.
Hold
I
your
will talk
horses.
about it. I will talk about it because this is my fucking life. I put
Let
my
it
blood.
out. Let it out.
I put my
Yes.
blood, sweat, and tears into that fucking shitty little room.
Okay.
So this other dude, ran it into the ground, and it's a pretty difficult thing to do. Not going to say who it is, but it's a pretty difficult thing to do because that thing had built up goodwill over fucking decades, like.
Yeah.
And this guy, I mean, I'm on the spectrum, but I mean, this guy vibrates at a frequency that I've very rarely fucking seen.
You wouldn't have liked him, Hannah. To be honest, if you met him, I'm not joking.
Well,
He wasn't particularly
Hannah
polite
knows
individual.
who it
Oh,
is.
does she?
I know.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. I'll explain to you
Yeah.
why after the whatever this is.
That's why I'm saying don't.
Yeah, okay.
go on and rant
Hannah, I'm
about
just
it.
saying this guy was a fucking, sets himself up like some great impresario. But I mean, mamma mia.
I know. He
All
was,
kinds of ideas and absolute. Anyway, and then Simon O'Keefe took it over. And I feel Simon, I don't know.
is he running good?
He runs it very
Club.
well. He runs the International very well. But again, like he took it over. It wasn't a club that he started. So like it is I feel like that's where I spent most of my comedy career, like, trying to.
So
go
you're
on.
saying you started the club?
No, he's saying creatively.
That's
I know,
where I didn't.
but like, why didn't you take it over and run
I
it?
can't run it. Run the International.
Can't fucking clean his toilet.
But I mean, I can't run the internet. I can't run the club. The amount. Well, you see, that's the other thing. The amount of fucking hassle
Imagine dealing with comedians.
running a club, because every 10 seconds you have to give this guy a gig, this guy a gig, this guy a gig, and then the stress of making sure they all arrive on time, the stress of getting the audience in, the stress of the show not fucking up. All the, there's just many layers of stresses, and then there's, But the thing is, he's running the club, and but I just sort of mourn the fact that when Aidan ran the club, I could just ring up, and I could just do 10 minutes, and there was no hassle. But Simon doesn't run it like that, and a perfect example is Dylan Moran showing up. Did I tell you about that? I told you. I've said this twice or three times.
Yeah,
on the show.
you're
I haven't heard
repeating
it.
yourself.
I will
David.
repeat myself because this is my life. If you want to repeat yourself, please do. Say something.
Okay.
I'm tired of counter punchers. Like, I'm saying stuff, and you have these little fucking comedians. Me, little dart throwers. Get your own dartboard and let me throw darts at you, face. Sorry, I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut that out.
No,
Sean
don't cut it
Connery.
out.
What?
Don't cut it out.
I
Show
will.
your real
No,
face.
anyway, so Aidan was going to show up, and I have to say, I hadn't seen Aidan. God, I haven't seen we haven't seen Aidan in years.
It's nearly 3 years since
So
he left.
Aidan Bishop, and I have such an affection for Aidan, and we've had such good times. And we were going to talk about, there was a great time. This is before the Savage. By the way, sorry, we will. Do you want to introduce? Stephen?
Keep going.
Well,
Tell her all.
go on, Jack. Well, I just want to talk about this thing. Go on.
Well, go
Well,
on, say it.
Come on, say it.
No, but
And
maybe
then-
introduce.
And then
the
I'll
podcast.
do it seamlessly. So you to talk about that,
okay.
and then I'll.
Okay, Stephen. So this is Stephen Mullan. Obviously, we're going to give you a better introduction. Comedian. Oh, okay, go on. Go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to And That's Why We're Not Together, starring David McSavage, Hannah Andrews, and special guest Stephen El Señor Mullan.
I like that, Jack.
I don't know. How is he a special guest? He's a guest.
Every guest is a special guest.
Hello, welcome to And That's Why We're Not Together. This podcast is sponsored by Lucasade. Lucasade, it's probably not very good for you. but it's quite, I'm quite addicted to it.
It's definitely
a pile of
not
shite.
good for you.
I
and
love the
it's
fact that we're
addictive.
not sponsoring Lucasade. So it's great we can just say it's a pile of shite, but I love it.
But
And I'm addicted to
anybody
it.
from Lucasade, if they watching, reconsider sponsoring us because
They're hardly going to fucking sponsor us when I'm saying it's a load of shit.
Of course, but we can.
But you see,
change
that's the
their
difference between
opinion.
this fucking podcast. Because I'm not a shill for Lucasade. Okay, all you little Twitter fucks. This is what authenticity and looks like.
But that's why I want to say that we're not doing it really for money, for love of doing podcasts. But on the other hand, would be very good if people would subscribe, like, and comment. So we reach bigger audience.
Integrity. This is what integrity looks like.
And that's
we
why
are not
David
sponsored.
doesn't have a house because he's got integrity.
Christ.
He's
Yes,
never
I've
gonna
got
get-
I'm too early here.
I've got integrity. I'm lying in the gutter, but I have integrity. And all you people in your fancy fucking houses, and the shit you pump out, the rubbish.
And yeah,
And Sharon Osbourne does not look good.
she does. She does look actually amazing. For anyone that age and having a plastic surgery, her plastic surgeries are actually really good.
Okay, she looks like someone from another planet who looked almost exactly like a human being. But you're looking at her and going, that's something not right about that situation. Faye, you don't fuck with the face.
She's insanely different to what she was.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Well, there are other actresses, especially, they have.
But thank God, if everyone was
Change.
like you, like, you know, if I like this, look. Like, hi, Hannah. Look.
That's a very good impression.
Look, and then
of Botox.
the sun shines. Look, the sun shines. Look, the sun shines. This is how Botox sunshine.
That's
Because
both
they can't just go like that. They go, I'm acting. I'm Nicole Kidman.
But yeah, look, Nicole
My God,
Kidman-
you look gorgeous. I have to pretend that I don't notice. Your face looks fucking weird.
Well, listen, you're laughing. Nicole Kidman is paid a lot of money. He's in a lot of movies.
He
Well,
is.
She is.
I can't believe you misgendered
But does she
Nicole
have
Kidman.
integrity?
Yeah,
Go on, Nicole Kidman, yeah?
She has like 7 houses, man. She's
No
got no
integrity.
integrity.
That's Dave's point.
Anyway, no, listen. So, yeah, I used to... Anyway, I don't want to go on. What were we talking about?
Aiden.
Oh,
Aiden.
Anyway, Aiden, that's right. So, before the Savage Eye, I did a thing called Head Wreckers. And before Head Wreckers, I did a pilot called Oh No, It's McSavage. And it was very... How would you say, just firing this? There was nothing cohesive about it. It was just sort of stoppy-starty sketches, and some of them worked. They weren't tried and tested. You know, I'm sorry, as I'm saying that, I approached it probably like the people in RT approached making RT the fucking musical. No. Toy Story. Toy Show.
Toy Show, the musical.
So angry. Toy Show, the fucking criminal. The idea, Stephen, that these little titmice in RTE, there was individuals, and they said, you know what? We're going to make Toy Story, Toy Show. And by the way, does anybody give a shit about it? It's just toys.
Yeah.
But is it really that? Is it going to translate into a musical? And to write a musical, to write anything brilliant, you know, you can't. You have to kind of, you know, try it out, test it out, have some kind of background in it, I guess. But and then they didn't put their money into it though, Stephen, did they?
Taxpayers' money.
Sorry, your money,
My money.
my money, your money. right? And it wasn't. And by the way, do you know how hard it is to make fucking money? Because anytime you make money, you have to pay VAT on it. Like, you think I've made €10. No, you fucking haven't.
No, you haven't.
23%
You know,
is bad. You
and
gotta
these
give
little
back. Can I
Jack,
give you
these
something
little fucks in
interesting?
RTE decided to, look, we've got this money from me and you. I think we'll make something that has no chance of it was so bad that even Ryan Crubberly didn't want to advertise in Late Late Show. That's how bad the Toy Show musical was.
Can I tell you something
I can't even
interesting?
speak.
Those two women who were
Yes.
producers, they
What
were from...
Name and shame.
I'm not going to name them,
Why?
but you can find out online.
Okay, we'll put them on the
yourself.
thing. That's why we need the Google thing, Jack.
Yeah, two producers. They were from Late Late Show.
Yeah.
They were also claiming
Yeah.
that they wrote Late Late Toy Show, the musical, and they even got writers'
Credits.
credits,
Oh.
and they got tax exemption from revenue, and they got 2 salaries.
Well, wait a second. How am I paying? Can I not get a tax exemption from my show?
You know,
Yeah,
have
for
Seriously.
written material. Yeah, you have to we have to ask the accountants about that.
What is the story there? Do you have
Yeah.
to? Do you have to submit it to the thing?
Maybe you have to transcribe it, and put it out. That's why it'll never
those
get done.
two
We'll never get the
women-
tax.
Can you push your microphone
Sorry,
just a
yes.
little bit further
Yeah.
away?
Away,
A
sorry.
little bit further away. Just like
La,
like
la,
that,
la,
like
la.
that, like that. Yeah. Look at me.
Look,
on.
he's
length of
pulling
my-
your
the
leg.
length
You
I'm
of
not
don't
pulling
need
your leg. I just don't want to
you
hear
don't need
plosives.
to-
Plosives. We have to get it. Go on, Hannah.
But those two women who are not writers,
Yes.
they got a writer's credit, and they actually got tax exemptions as artists.
Can
And
we
they
not
got
get
2
tax
wages.
exemption? Do you know?
Listen,
What I
and-
would watch is the Oireachtas Committee, the musical. That would be good. Like,
That's
that would be
a great musical.
That'd be a great musical.
That is
Yes.
so
Tubridy
true.
and Noel Kelly there.
Oh, lovely.
Be Sinn Féin.
That
be
is
there.
brilliant.
It's just, that'd be
Oireachtas
fantastic.
the musical.
Yeah.
I would really like to see
Yes.
that.
That
would.
And you know, Noel Kelly, who is Ryan. And by the way, folks, I don't care about these people. This is all a distraction. But the fact is that they're not. Well, no, that is funny. Sorry, Noel Kelly looks like the devil. He looks like Beelzebub, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Beelzebub?
He looks like. Okay, Anna.
Yeah, he does.
But Ryan Tubridy. Anyway, Toy Story the musical. I can't even. There's no way. I bet you this is it. Look, I'm waking up and I have no toys. I'm just a lonely boys. Where can I get toys? It's Christmas and I've been abandoned by my parents. Oh look, his fairy fucking godmother.
Did you see?
Do you want a fucking toy? Fuck you.
You know, they apparently sold like 300 tickets.
Yeah,
Oh
300
my
tickets.
God.
You pigs. You pig virus.
And you know, those
You
two
pig
women-
viruses. You got money and, you know,
And
like it's
listen,
such an
those two
insult to us.
women-
When we try out a joke, how long do we try out jokes?
Too long.
Too long.
Yeah.
Decades.
Yeah, decades.
And then we have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And listen,
I
those
don't.
two women, they actually advanced in RTE. So they got from producers to like head of news.
Folks, this is it
And
should be
then
it
the
should be
other
it should be
one
Toy
got-
Story. If it
and
was
the
Toy
other
Story
one
the horror show.
was-
Yeah.
Toy Story, you know, Toy Story. Look, Toy Story, look.
Here
Toy
comes Noel Kelly.
Here comes Noel Kelly. Toy show. Look. Welcome to RTE. The bigger the disaster, the higher the raise. We fail. Upwards.
Yeah.
It's the upside down world. And it's your money. It's not
Yeah.
their money. Like everything I have bought here in this fucking thing, those lights, this microphone, I paid for everything. Nothing. I've got. I want TV license. How can I get a TV license?
Yeah, guys,
that's
if you want to watch, continue watching, and that's why we're not together, you'll have to pay the McSavage license
Yeah,
fee.
yeah. The McSavage license fee. You idiots!
It's the law.
It's a bottle,
Yeah.
a bottle
It's
of
the law.
Lucasade a month.
It's the law. Oh, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's the fucking law,
They keep
Stephen.
playing it all the time, and I was literally
It's
driving
the
over.
law.
It's the law, and I was like, "Who gives a fuck?" It's not. If it's RTE, it doesn't fucking. Do you know what I mean? It's
What-
the
what?
law. Yeah, the ad keeps going. It's the law. You know. Just
Yeah, it's the law. It's like Judge
Fuck
Dredd
off.
is going to come
Yeah.
to the door. Hey, Toy store. Do you want toy show? No, I don't want toy show. I think it's a
TV
load of
like-
shite. I have no interest in seeing a toy show, which is a show once a year with a fucking Egypt transposed into a musical. It's the law.
The TV license inspector.
It's the law. It's like somebody coming into you and saying, "Give us money." Why? I want to put on a shit musical that'll lose money. Are you fucking mad? It's the law. You'll
And
go to
then-
prison
that's-
unless you don't
yes.
fund this musical.
Yeah.
It's a fucking madness.
It's mafia.
And Irish are just big, compliant, frightened dopes, me included, frightened of being fucking cancelled by a blue-haired Trinity cunt for saying something. Shuni O'Rourke. I'm so angry, Jack.
And listen, this other.
Tell them how you really feel.
Listen, the other. This is like ironic. This one of those producers is
Yes.
now
Sorry,
an
Stephen.
assistant head of Light
The
Entertainment.
light-headed
entertainment.
fuck. The light-headed. Who's the assistant? What? Sorry,
She's
I'm too angry. I can't even hear.
She became
Who did?
the one who was
producer got-
producing
And
Toy
got-
Show the musical. She's now a head
Of
or
Light.
head assistant of Light Entertainment.
Okay, look, I'm running a business. I want someone to be near the top of the department. Somebody who has had experience in really failing in a big way.
Yeah.
Why would you want that? Because the money that we're giving to these projects isn't ours. It's
Yeah.
from fucking idiots. Oh, Jack and Daniel.
The peasants.
Let's start talking about the vaccines.
So, Stephen, as you can see, rage is a bit of a theme on this show. So, do you find you get angry in your day-to-day life or in your career?
Yeah.
Do you use rage? Does it work against you?
I try not to. I was thinking about rage this morning for some reason because my dad was when we were growing. He's not going to like this, but he get quite the rage, and he's from Cork. Do you know? You don't listen to me. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
But I reckon, Stephen, you're the kind of guy that it builds up. Like I'm just, my rage is simmering.
Yeah.
You're the kind of guy that
then
you're
there'd be
like,
an explosion.
I'm nice for 2 years.
Yeah.
Axe.
I think you're right there. I had a bit of a moment there yesterday. Yeah, I think you're right. Where I was
Or
like,
maybe, I don't know.
Fuck this. And I was just kind of pushing back on people. And yeah, it's kind of the niceties wear off after a while because we're on our own in this job, aren't we?
Well, Stephen, is this your first tour that you're doing now?
Technically third, but like it's kind of second after. I feel like I started again after COVID. Like, so this is the second tour.
So, how long was your first tour?
I did like 12 dates around the
Okay,
country.
right. And how long is this tour for?
It's 16 dates between February and April.
Yeah.
Ireland and a couple of UK dates, Belfast and Glasgow.
God, UK dates and then saying Belfast.
And Glasgow, yeah. I know, isn't that controversial?
Very soon, Belfast is gonna be in Ireland.
Feels like it's coming.
It's coming.
I mean, it's still in Ireland right now, but
people don't want it, especially Southerners. But I'm telling you.
Well,
this
look,
is
do you know what?
inevitable.
We need to we as long as we're peacefully coexisting.
Exactly.
And it is such a tragedy that we've been cut off from each other. But I mean, Protestantism, Catholicism, we can learn from each other. It's so sad. I wish I was a Protestant.
Speaking of the blessed RT, you know Andrew Trimble, who used to play rugby for Ireland, right? He's an Ulster Scot Protestant. He did a very good documentary. It's genuinely worth watching because the whole Ulster Scot Protestant thing, it's much more complex than people think. There's Ulster Prods who play hurling in County Antrim, and we didn't know that.
Yeah, right.
It's just a bit more.
But what I want to say is, so you're doing, like I've done. I don't know if this feels like the first kind of tour I've ever done, in the sense that I used to do dates, here, there, but I think when you're would you change your material every 2 years or something like that? Or do you try to? I think that's.
I did write a new show. Like the tour I'm touring now is a new show to the year before.
Okay.
And I found like doing, because I'm still young and like I'm starting out. I found Edinburgh's very helpful for doing that. Like just
How old are you, Stephen?
38, but like I'm young in this game, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um,
Stephen thinks he's young. Jack? He's
In this-
38.
no,
No,
in
I know.
this-
Oh, you mean you've started? How long have you been doing
No, and I've
comedy?
been doing comedy since
But
30.
38 is young.
Such a
Oh,
No,
right.
no, I don't think I'm.
Such
No.
a dick.
Who is?
Stephen, and your man over
Your
there
man
thinks he's young.
No, I'm not. I know I'm not young, but in comedy, I'm like. I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah,
a baby,
yeah. You're
do
still
you
a
know what I
baby,
mean?
yeah. But because I'm doing this tour myself, I started the tour and I've done loads of dates, and because of the Instagram, I've sold fairly well. Most of the venues have sold out, and they're bigger. So I just feel an immense amount of pressure to drop as much material as I can.
Yeah.
If I'm to do a tour,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of this year, starting into the other year, and because I think that's the only way it can be sustainable. Because it just the idea. Because I've been I've been doing shows and doing old material and just thinking, oh God, there's
know.
people sitting there going, should we heard this before?
Yeah, well, I sometimes think that we're overly paranoid about that. That's like they often don't necessarily remember. They're out having a few drinks as well, but and they don't necessarily remember what's been said. But you've said that to me before that you're doing old material, and I've been on your show a couple of times, and like you do turn over new stuff all the time. It's not, I think you're a bit harsh on yourself. That it's
Well,
all
I am
old.
a bit harsh on myself, and I should be, because no, there's some jokes I will. God forgive me. It's like I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
Can I say
Some of the
something? Because you should, because you're mixing the new
Yeah.
and old, and it depends how much new, how old, and you fall back. So
Yeah.
you should actually, well, you haven't done it, just write on a piece of paper
all the new stuff.
all the new stuff and have a structure. And then if you feel it's not coming, you obviously can follow on some old jokes,
Yes.
but you go back to your new
Yeah.
material.
And you're an amazing genius riffer.
Listen to me. You are a genius.
Should I know?
You're the
But you
first
are.
man I've looked at, and I thought I wouldn't mind licking his balls.
That's made me feel sick
I
about
don't
my
know
own
why
balls.
would you say that. I think finally you just
Coming
feeling
out.
your femininity and openness
Yeah,
and
yeah.
other side and
But-
Ever since Maya came to the show, everything's changed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it does make me angry. Toy Show the musical. You know, I just have to say,
Just squeeze
Stephen,
the last bit of
you
bitterness.
know, Stephen, look, your business is in RT is entertaining people, providing. I mean, that should be your area of expertise, surely. And like when I was trying to come up with a TV show, we did. Oh yes, I was going to talk about that Aiden thing. Sorry, I got distracted. The first TV show we did was Oh No, It's McSavage. I did, and it wasn't planned. It was just like. It came out of my head, therefore it's good.
Yeah.
You know, like a megalomaniacal or narcissistic kind of idea.
megalomaniac.
You know, a lot of people who don't have much experience, but they're full of ego, and they go to Edinburgh thinking, this is going to work out great. It's like so
amazing.
if you ever see Kill Tony and you see people coming out and they're sort of saying, you know, hey, you ever notice how orange juice just gets stale really quick, you know? And in their head,
Yeah, genius.
they were probably thinking, I'm going to get big laughs,
Yeah.
and then they probably get angry. Well, so what I'm trying to say is that this thing called Oh No, It's McSavage, it was the first pilot I did, and Aidan Bishop came over, and because I wanted him to watch it. This is, how long ago was this? 15 years ago, Jack. Probably.
Yeah.
No, you were only
nearly 20, like 19 years ago, 18 years ago.
So this
maybe.
is how long I know Aidan Bishop. So nearly 20 years ago, and Aidan's watching this, and then like it was 20 minutes long. Oh God! And you know, Aidan's kind of, you know, it's watching it, and
leaning back.
and then I said, "What you think?" And you know, when you ask people what you think, I mean, it's really amateur move anyway. You know, to hey, I've got this joke and try it out on someone. It's terrible stuff. But his voice went high. Oh no, I thought you thought that, which means when somebody's voice goes high,
Yeah.
they're arguing against the actual voice,
Yeah.
which is going, that was a load of shit.
Yeah.
No, that was good, Dave. Right, and then Aidan started playing with Jack, and he goes, "Hey, Jack, hey, I'm a monkey, Jack. Look at me. I'm a monkey. And he started jumping around the room like a monkey. And Jack was falling off the chair, laughing his head off, loving it, right?
But Jack,
and then
you said
let
you were
me
upset.
finish the
Sorry.
motherfucking story.
I thought you finished.
Please let me finish the point of the story.
It feels like he's about to come, and you just.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to build it up. Yeah, it's unbelievable. So Aiden was jumping around the room like a fucking monkey, and Jack was loving it, right? We just seen that pilot. And then I'm looking at Aiden and I'm thinking, Aiden jumping around like a monkey is funnier than that. All the effort, the thousands and thousands of euros, all the people that work it is funnier. What he's doing now is funnier than that piece of shit. Then I did the second one, which was Head Wreckers, which was just slightly better but still shy. And that those two failures really woke me up. And I thought, the next thing, if I ever get an opportunity, my God, I'm going to put myself in the position of an audience and just think, what will engage me? What will grab me? What will, that is least likely to fail? And that idea was a like, in other words, before people tune into stuff, Stephen, they kind of want to know what they're about to watch, actually.
Yeah.
So that's why documentary, so the documentary style, the framework in which the sketches hung on,
In the Savage Eye.
Yeah, why did the Irish drink so much? So instantly I want to know, why did the Irish drink so much? So what I'm trying to say is, Hannah, that this idea of Toy Story, Toy Show, the thing,
The musical.
they just had this idea, it'll be great because it's popular. Well, why is it popular? It's popular. It's because it's the context, the day, December.
Yeah.
But will it translate? Did they do research? Did they try shows in front of people? I fucking doubt it. But they did. But it wasn't even their money. The cheat, the robbing bastards, and then they get promoted. And your money people. Do you know how hard it is to make money? And these fucking... We should burn that. I can't believe we burn... Let's get RTE after school.
Yeah, let's burn it.
Let's burn it to the fucking ground.
What were you going to say, Hannah? Sorry.
I'm not sure now. No, I thought that Jack was...
No. I was just going to say, because I watched the pilot and, it made me start to cry. And Aidan cheered me up after watching it.
Oh, is that what happened? You were
No.
We're getting into trauma there.
That's like like a German exchange student. Yeah, I've watched the show and it made me cry, and then Aiden started jumping on like a monkey and made me laugh. Is that what really is that?
Funny.
No, it was a joke, yeah. Fucking hell. I'm worried about you. Yes, so there we go. Oh yeah, so we were talking about writing. We were talking about writing new material and doing shows, whatever.
Do you think about that now? So that analysis that you did of like figuring out how the Savage Eye was going to work, you got into the mindset of like, what do the audience want to watch? Do you think do you do that with your stand up? Because it's a tricky one to do, isn't it? Because if you think too much about what they want, then you're not doing what you want. Sometimes I struggle with that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I don't know. What do you mean you struggle with that?
So sometimes I want to talk about what I'm like. I'm only going to spend time on something that I'm interested in talking about. But there is
which is what football.
Whatever it is I'm talking about on stage.
Do you ever do jokes? Because are you obsessed?
Jokes about football?
Are you obsessed with football?
A little bit, yeah.
Because when you came in here, you and Jack were like instantly, fucking whatever, Man United or whatever the fuck it is. What is it, Jack? What were you talking about?
The League Cup final.
Yeah, football.
Yeah, I do.
And
So
you,
what-
David,
do you-
felt
do you-
ostracized, didn't you? Because
Sorry.
you hate
Do you
football.
do you think a lot about? Do you spend a lot of your time?
That was my first obsession in life. I've definitely gone through phases of and I obsessed with football.
Have you played football?
Yeah. I played under 21s for Bohemians. That's my claim to fame. It's a long time ago now. But that's what I wanted to do when I was in school. I wasn't very good at.
What position did you
behaving
play
myself.
in?
Predominantly centre midfield or up front.
What does that mean, Jack?
Centre midfielder up front.
What does
Striker. No, you're in the middle of it. So Roy Keane played centre mid.
And what's Bohemians? Bohemians sounds
Bows.
like
They're one of the premier clubs of Ireland. You know,
Okay.
based in Dublin.
so
you
it's
know.
good to
Yeah.
get into Bohemians.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, back in the but like I do kind of look back on it now and kind of going like even like the game has changed so much. You look at the difference in the standards in 20 years and
Yeah.
like probably what I was playing back at the time was
So,
shit.
I mean,
Compared to now.
getting professional football, like in any level, is very difficult to get into.
Yeah, but I wasn't professional. Like I was a carpenter at the time, and then
So did you get a lot of pussy?
That's what Aiden.
Get a lot. Hey, Stephen. So you were centre midfield with the girls on the sidelines going, "Hey."
no, it's not all. I think some people think it's all like that when you're playing. No, it wasn't. Like
I think in Ireland as well, it's rugby would be the more thing that because like the Irish league is like one of the worst leagues in the world.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like
It's
it's,
not
nothing against it, but I mean it's
Nothing
like,
against it.
UCD
but it's
is
the
worst
worst
rated
league in the world.
You know, UCD is the worst rated club on FIFA.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
I can't even believe that
Out
on
of
FIFA. To be honest, with you.
650 clubs in the world.
Well
Yeah,
done,
it's
well done,
amazing.
UCD. You should work for RTE. You'd get a fucking raise.
Well, they're very close
Hello,
by.
RTE. Welcome. We have UCD starting with us, and they're the worst club in the whole universe, actually.
And Would you
like to do a
welcome.
musical?
Would you like to do a fucking UCD, the fucking UCD Football Club, the musical? Yeah. We're the shittest. Come on, let's be second last.
I found the only good thing that sport was good at when I was growing up was not getting bullied.
Yeah.
With that and being a messer. But if you're good at sport, then people kind of tend to leave you alone. Because I went to so many different schools and moved around and all that kind of stuff. So it was good to, people didn't.
But
people didn't fuck with you.
it's funny though. When you think about like the innate physical ability that certain people have. In terms of there's a fucking ball there,
Yeah.
right? And they want to get past that con, that con. And like, you know, I'd go into it like a you know, I'd be like a fucking sea lion trying to ride a pigeon.
Oh,
I rode
a
a guy says to me after a gig, like,
You've been thinking about that.
a guy says to me after a gig in Cavan, he comes over to me, "Here, I rode a chicken and it liked it."
stop! You didn't say.
It's so stupid. The fucking, how would he know the chicken liked it? The chicken's like, oh. Anyway, so listen.
Poor pigeon, though.
But the funny thing is, so you could say physically, I'm not that smart, that clever. You know, people talk about intelligence or IQ.
Right.
If you hear David Beckham being interviewed, you know,
High pitch voice.
or whatever, you know, he's a sweet little guy and all that. But on the pitch, he's physically the way the coordination between his hands, his legs, whatever. There is a big intelligence involved in that. Or well, it's funny, isn't it? The way.
Well, there's a
mind.
there's a
Genius.
difference between certain footballers. Like
Go on.
some people are naturally gifted and they kind of play more off their instincts.
Like who? Like who?
Like, well, Lionel Messi, obviously. Maybe
Maradona.
Maradona, Zidane.
Funny you bring him up. He was asking me, am I obsessed with football? That's who's tattooed on my arm.
Oh,
Who
deadly.
is?
Maradona.
Yeah, well, because you're half Argentinian,
yeah.
obviously. So that
Yeah.
Maradona's
And-
like the god.
He's got. There's a church where Maradona
Yes.
is God.
And
it's
do you
got
think- do you think, do you
80,000
think-
followers?
Yeah.
Do you think? Oh, really?
Yes,
Iglesia de
and
Dios.
it's got churches all over the world.
And the Holy Trinity is Maradona, some crazy Argentinian jazz player, and I think maybe Che Guevara is the third.
And do you think the Falkland Islands should go back to Argentina? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, what's the crack with that whole thing?
Who cares? Go on. Margaret Thatcher.
They have been talking about obviously they've got the I can't remember, is it Menem, the new Trump is in Argentina basically now, and he's talking about doing it now.
Good.
Yeah.
Have you been back to? Have you
British
been back
should
to
either
Argentina?
Give back Falkland.
I always think it feels like recent, but the last time was 2016. But
Yeah.
I have a citizenship, so I always kind of romantically dreamed of kind of being there for a while. But it's like it's tricky. It's like it's not a good time to go now. Do you know what I mean? It's 'cause the tensions are high.
The currency is
The
like
currency is like
crazy.
really bad right now.
Everyone
Really
uses
bad.
dollars there, don't they?
Yeah. And it wouldn't be the same.
And why did the Argentinians? They welcomed the fucking Germans with open arms after the war.
It was so far away that you didn't,
Oh, they
were
didn't?
They were like
Hello,
that thing over there.
Irish. hello Irish.
So I love,
Welcome, Germans with open arms as well.
I think it's
So
just
did
pure.
US.
It's pure ignorance. People just didn't understand. Or maybe maybe it's
really?
anti-Semitism.
What-
I'm
what-
sure.
what
Listen,
happened
but it's
to the
madness.
letter
Because
which
it
Eamon de Valera wrote to the.
oh yeah, to the
I
Germans.
didn't write it. I didn't write it. I'm very pro humanity, and I think it's
Me
the
too.
greatest stain on the history of humanity. Anything atrocities, I can't handle it. I can't actually enjoy my life because of what happened to Jews in World War II.
What's happening
What happened?
in
No, you don't
Gaza?
have to. Yeah, or what's happening in Gaza? Any suffering, especially children. Game over. Forget it. That's why the idea of school shooting in the United States, it blows my fucking mind. How is this happening? Because guns. That's why.
Do you want a virtue signal a bit more? Or?
I'll virtue signal. Well,
But it's funny
I mean, you can't argue. Sorry, I'm
It's a
just
weird
saying.
one- it's a weird one
that
that-
there's no way Argentinians would have let Nazis
Yeah,
in if
yeah.
they really fully fucking knew what they did to other humans.
But
and
what's
children.
interesting about that is Argentina, for some
maybe-
reason, everyone always brings up that Argentina took loads of Germans in. But like, as I was listening to a podcast recently, like, look at all the names in NASA when they got to
Exactly.
the moon in '69.
Werner
They're all
von
German
Braun,
scientists.
All
yeah.
Germans.
All German
And
scientists.
you go, it's not just Argentina, it's
Yeah.
Brazil or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
It's also.
but it's also like, imagine you were in Argentina. So you don't have as much information back then. Obviously, people would have heard
Yeah.
about the war. You're in Argentina. You're thousands of miles away from World War II. Some people come over, and they're German. And what are you gonna instantly be like? You're evil, Like,
Also-
like if people are coming in as refugees or
If
whatever.
I'm remembering
people
correctly,
take
I'm
them
pretty
in.
sure it was on and off from the 40s to the 80s. I'm pretty sure Argentina was under a dictatorship then. So it's not like the people had a choice,
Well, anyway, so there you go, folks.
Yeah.
If you're
But
Nazi, welcome to
also
Argentina.
Germans and Europeans
come
were
on.
moving to
Nazis
Argentina
were welcome in
before that.
Ireland. Nazis were welcome in United States.
Wasn't there a
Nazis
teacher
were-
recently came out recently in
Nazis were welcome in Canada. So
Yeah.
Nazis were welcome and hidden everywhere.
Not by me.
Depending, because you
They-
were
they
maybe
scout-
you
they
were
scouted the best
what
talents, you know what I mean?
You know, they scouted the best talent.
They did
The
actually do
minute-
that. They did.
Yes,
they did, yeah.
the minute they said they against communists, they were welcome with open arm. It
Jack,
didn't
Daniel's
matter.
gonna-
They were
Daniel-
Nazis
Daniel's
or
back in.
whatever
No,
they
I'm just saying,
committed.
do you know all conversations eventually lead to Nazis and Hitler?
But hold on.
well, because
this
it's
isn't finished
true.
yet, because I brought
It just
cardamom
happens.
buns for today's show.
You bought what?
Cardamom buns for today's show, just to lighten the mood.
I like the name. Look, it's called No Messing Bakery.
And what about the front cover?
He's just some caricature of that Niall. I can't believe Niall's getting free advertising now. He's in Smithfield and he just made this. I think that's just a character that
lovely, I
represents the
like
bakery.
it.
And that's why we're not together. Sponsored by light,
No-
fluffy cardamom buns from what's
no
it called?
No Messin' Bakery.
No Messin' Bakery. Love it.
Okay, look, guys.
We're off the Nazis.
Okay, look, guys. Yeah, and thank you for virtue signaling a little dig there, bastard. Sorry, I can't.
But, mate-
but if I say anything bad to my son, it's like saying something bad to myself.
I just
I apologize.
because people can see it at home.
Apologise.
People can see it at home. I'm just like the listeners at home.
The voice of the people. Good man, Jack. That's a virtue signal there.
That's interesting. So you see, that's interesting, Stephen. You're saying, you try and put your head space into the mind of an audience and sit back and imagine what do you want to see, what would thrill you or what would excite you. One of your big obsessions is football. So why wouldn't you? Do you ever talk about your time as a footballer?
No, it wasn't.
Was there not really any funny backroom where you? I bet you sometimes you took showers. Go
Yeah.
on, Stephen. Let me take you back. You're a young man.
Yes.
You've just won a game.
Yeah.
And you're in the shower.
Yeah. I'm actually picturing all the Mickeys on the
Mickeys,
right now.
and then you're looking at the guy who set
Yeah.
that shot up for you, and then everyone leaves, and you're just there, and you're just
And the soap is on the
the
floor.
soap is on the floor, and then you're looking at your mate, and you're just going, what? And then hey, Stephen, he kisses you. So what?
This is a true story, right? This is the true story.
No, somebody gets a boner.
No, it's not that.
In the shower. You got a boner in the
I
shower.
played for one club and I was like, it was a senior team. So I think I started with them when I was 17 or 18. So they were like 25 to late 30s, right? And after a year there, the chairman of the club, right? We were on a team night out and the lads, at the time it was the Nokia phones where if you sent an email but put the subject of the email as the name of a person, it comes up and it looks like a text message that from a Nokia phone. I didn't know this at the time, but the chairman of the club was a gay man.
Okay.
We used to sit next in the dressing room the whole time when we were showering and all that. There's no problem with any of that kind of stuff. The lad started doing this fake email thing, and he thinks he's getting text messages from me.
Oh,
right?
I see. Right.
This is on a night out, and he's hammered.
Yeah.
And they're sending him messages along the lines of, I won't say his name. Say his name is John. He's like, John, I don't know how to tell the lads, but I really want to come out and all this kind of stuff, right?
Oh, they were sending him as if you were.
As if it was me,
Right.
and he thinks I'm texting him.
And
And
that's
on
your-
that
that's your-
night
that's
that I
your-
need to make an announcement to the rest of the lads that
that you're
need to
gay.
come out. And he thinks I'm flirting with him and messing with him. And he's coming up behind me going, I'm going to knock the whole off you.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I swear to God.
Ah!
And then I don't know what's going on.
Oh, no.
And then the older lads in the third is going, come on, John's drunk there, so we'll give him a walk home. He's only around the corner, walk him on. I ran out the fire escape. Go on, give him a walk. They were like pushing me, come on, help me home. Because I wasn't drinking at the time.
That's real. That's
that
real
terrible?
lad behaviour.
That is the humour.
Yeah.
And they are all deadpan, nobody giving the game away at all. Meanwhile, they're around going.
And so when you got away, were they just crying, laughing?
I'd say so. I remember that they only told me afterwards. It was Dean Brennan, you prick. If you're listening, it was him. He was up to no good. But all the homoerotic stuff that would happen in the dressing room was hilarious. Like Dino was forever. Like if you, as soon as you after the show, you bend over to put on your sock or whatever like that, he'd always have the Lynx can go up your arse. That was the banter in the dressing room.
I know, but
Yeah, that's true. Actually, all the banter's really gay.
Gay. Lads are all the homophobic lads are so gay. I remember in school, I went to an all boys school, and Gary Moore saying, "Do you want to see me scar?" And I was like, "Jesus, is he all right? Did he have surgery the weekend?" I was eating hunky dories, and I looked down, and he has his lad in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I can't. Like he just has his lad,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone's just laughing. I was like, "What's this all about?"
But I remember when I was a kid growing up in Willow Park, or was it Willow Park? There was a thing called pruning.
What?
So you just grab a guy by the balls and squeeze, like yeah, and you know.
How old were you?
But no, but there was no. I didn't. Maybe some guys thought it was a sexual thing, but I never
Yeah.
saw it as a sexual
Yeah.
thing.
We should do
So
the
you'd walk around. You'd walk.
smack at each other on them.
You'd walk around. You'd walk around with like a copybook covering your balls, because in case somebody came up to you and pruned you. It was
Oh my
called
God.
pruning.
And
my
what?
God.
Teachers didn't notice? Like,
I don't fucking know.
There's all the kids walking with books in their pants.
Or
so
goosing, or
homoerotic.
goosing when you just stick your finger up a hole. But through fabric. I think a mate of mine used to do that to people, and you'd be going like look up.
Yeah, as my generation and then Stephen's generation was a certain level, and your generation was obviously a bit more gay. I wonder what Granddad's generation was. They're just like, I know it's just a joke. I stuck my finger up his own.
Yeah, but sure, everyone's fluid now, aren't they? I went back to school in my mid-20s. So
That was a very, just hold the mid-20s thing.
Yeah.
That's a very funny story about your man coming up behind you and saying, "I want to knock the hole off you." I mean,
I was so freaked.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
very quiet in those
Yeah,
days
yeah.
as well, because I was just off the booze and all that kind of stuff. So then I was like, I wasn't socially quite an extrovert at the time.
what are you saying about your 20s? What were you just going to say?
In my mid-20s, when I went back, I went back to school in my mid-20s, and I remember, so I was like on a college course, on a like back to education course, like a 1-year thing, and all the young lads and young ones, like they were all just out of school, 17, 18, 19, but everyone was kissing everyone. It was just like all the lads were kissing the lads, all the girls. Yeah, it's all like...
When was this?
Jesus.
Jesus.
You missed
When
a
were
lot.
people gay?
Well, I guess, no, definitely it wasn't. Yeah, you'd think
I've heard
we
it from
weren't.
school teachers now, like in secondary schools, it's much more common in certain schools and all
Oh
that.
yeah,
It's, everyone's just like-
educate together.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
As we call it in Stony Bar, segregate together. Because they're the most white middle class people ever. Sorry, we're getting very fanatical here.
So that was pretty cool. Jack was into his football when you were a kid, weren't you, Jack?
Oh yeah, I loved football. Yeah,
Who did you play for, Jack?
I never played for anyone that good. I just played it like a long time, since I was like 4 or 5 up to
Right.
18. But I loved playing football. I loved the because I played Sunday League a lot. I just
Yeah,
loved the like close matches. against a team that was like super aggressive, you know,
Yeah.
and just like the arguments, the opposing team coach going ref, and it's like under 10s, and he's going ref, you fucking bastard.
Yeah.
That's a foul. That's 10-year-olds running around on the pitch, and they're always
yeah.
and
It's a
they're
mad
always
world.
over the line.
Yes,
On the
always.
pitch.
Oh,
And
you
it's like,
remember-
mate, get off the
I
fucking
did.
pitch,
I remember I
like.
was screaming at some guy to get off the pitch. Yeah, you fuck up. And they're behaving like it is, FA Cup final or whatever.
Word.
And there's, you know what I mean? And no, your kid is not fucking Maradona. You big blob of humanity.
'Cause it
You
gets
collapsed personality bastard who can fucking barely string a sentence together, and your son is just a carbon copy of you, mate.
Because it
And
gets,
he
it gets dangerous when you're older, because they carry on with that attitude, and then you're playing adult football. You've got to go to work on Monday morning, and people are genuinely trying to break legs. Like it's
What do you mean?
like when you
Fucking dead true, yeah.
that tension that they're there at under 10s and all that kind of stuff, and you start to because I still play like on a Sunday, like just 7-a-side. It's fun, but it comes out sometimes. I'm like, you gotta fucking chill out. This is only 7-a-side Sunday. But you can get so aggressive as an adult amateur footballer. People are going in to kill each other in tackles and stuff like that. And
Oh, I see,
It's
yeah.
insane.
But
We're taking it way too seriously.
It's usually like 2 or 3 players, you know. It's generally not the whole team. There's like 2 or 3 players, and you see in their eyes they've just lost it. Like they've got no sense of like society or anything on the
And
pitch.
they're generally-
they'll kill.
Psychopaths.
Like there was a
aggressive.
fella. We played this team, and we had great games against them. Like I really loved playing them, but they were nut jobs. Like the referees boycotted their games.
Yeah.
'cause they, you know.
That's very common. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
insane.
quite common. And like we had a time where we were playing them, and their coach volunteered to referee, and even their team were saying, "What the fuck to him?" And he's like, "Listen, I'm gonna beat the shit out of all of you if you don't shut up."
It's
and
so aggressive.
But the whole team was walking out of our pitch, and I was with my mate Luke, and we were chatting to another player from another team and his dad, and there's 4 of us, and they're walking by us. And like the whole team, the 40-year-old guy, I'm like 16 at the time, and he's going, "Watch yourself, yeah." Your man's like 45 or something.
insane.
But
Then you watch
that
yourself. And like
atmosphere-
no intimidation
Yeah.
either, because it's obviously he's not.
But
gonna
it
do
doesn't nurture great
No,
players.
no.
There's no great players coming out of that
No.
vibe.
No.
And that's what your man Roddy, what was his name?
Roddy Collins.
Roddy Collins.
Yeah,
I did an
he's a good
interview
man.
with Roddy, and he was saying it was madness. Like people kind of, like on the sidelines, they almost want to play on behalf of the children. Like calm down.
A fella, that team, when we went over there,
But
one guy had a fucking like a knife in his sock.
Oh,
like
God.
it is
In the match?
in the match, yeah.
Oh, my
like this
God.
team were crazy. Like your man punched one of our players.
Oh my God.
per capita, do we have as many good players as other countries?
No way. But
why is that? Because we got a shite football academy system.
Yeah, the whole. I mean, it's so corrupt, the whole system.
Okay.
It's like your FAI is like RT.
What do you mean
Well, if there's I'm not gonna remember the name.
What's
but
corrupt? What system? You mean FAI?
FAI, yeah, and there's no connection between grassroots football. So where I was playing underage football and then senior football and then trying to get into the League of Ireland, they're only now starting to try and go, well, if you do well here, then you can be encouraged and nurtured at this academy and you can go to this. None of that existed.
So where's
Whereas
the-
look at the rugby right now, right?
Go
Irish
on.
rugby team is, and I'm not a huge rugby fan,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like they're flying it, and
Right.
there's a great connection between the provinces and the academies and how they nurture people as individuals to go on and also be able to work outside of rugby if it doesn't work out for them. and all that
Okay.
kind of- There's no system in Ireland at all.
So what did
football,
I
for
don't
soccer.
understand that.
It's also in the schools rugby as well. Like if you're a really good football player, like
Yeah.
you have to go out.
to
and
leave.
You have to go out and find the club.
Yeah.
Like if you're a really good rugby player, like people will want you. And like if you're in a
So where's
school,
what's the corruption though?
So that, I mean
Stephen?
that was back in the FAI. Back in basically, John. You heard about John Delaney? Like he was running the FAI. He was the chief executive officer.
he's
for
the
years.
biggest crook ever.
Yeah, he's
like,
just a crook. Just the beginning of this book that kind of follows his corruption is like I think it was his 50th birthday party, and it's like in this castle in Tipperary, and there was literally like statues made of ice and all this kind of stuff, and everybody was there at the party, and that half it's been paid by the FAI, and all this kind of stuff.
Oh.
using FAI money,
Okay.
which is government funded as well. Blah 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 blah.
Right. So
It's another world. It's another RT basically.
And is it still being run like that?
They've had a kind of like Niall Quinn, the ex-footballer. He kind of came in and tried to clean up shop, and they just got caught in the Oireachtas committee last week. What was it again? Oh yeah, they were given money. They were given COVID funding money, and they were told exclusively that is not to be used to pay off your debts. And then they're up in front of the committee last week. Did you use that money to pay off the debts? Yeah. And then the chief executive officer was paying himself. He paid himself an extra 12,000 for holidays not taken.
But isn't it a shame, Stephen, to think that there would be kids out there who potentially could be great players and their talent is not nurtured, and they just, and they could be, and they could be international players. Do you think that's possible here?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the most popular sport in this country, and when you look at the GAA and rugby, they're way ahead with regards how the places are being run. And like GAA, I played like hurling as well at a decent enough level, but that at least you feel you're part of a community, and it's an amateur sport, and it has its own issues, but it's a good organisation to be part of. It's more community based. But with soccer, it's just
football is just a war every weekend. It's just a war. You go out to the like Neilstown, wherever the that place is, and you just go out and just like. You're on some bobbly pitch. Yeah,
that's
and you're getting raked.
Dog shit on
it. I played on a pitch. Shit, I was under 10s.
Shit,
And I fell on the pitch, and I came up, and shard of glass was sticking out my hand.
That's the norm.
Well, Football Association of Ireland and all the executives at the top level, your behaviour obviously trickles down. Shame on you. We don't want you here.
It's a good segment.
You know, those people are going on like,
tied up nicely.
Coming over here. We don't want you types in this country.
FAI, they blew €69,000 on John Delaney's 50th birthday party.
There you go. Thankfully, I was right.
Yeah.
John Delaney.
Yeah, and he was kind of like, I think he did well at the start, because in the 90s and early 2000s, like there was so many great Irish players, like in the 80s. And stuff like that. And then I think recession happened in Ireland. I think John Delaney had ties to Fianna Fáil as well. Yeah. Kind of stuff like that. All the money gone.
69,000 on his birthday party.
Well,
I love 69,000. 70,000. No.
I think if you dig deeper, you would find bigger numbers. 69 is just a party.
How long have we been broadcasting, Daniel?
2.5 hours.
51 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
And that's what?
No, you're supposed to say it feels longer.
It feels longer, yeah.
Okay, do it again. How long have we been fucking recording for?
51 minutes.
It feels longer.
Oh, Hannah, stop it.
You've got a big gig coming up in Liberty Hall. Have you played there before?
First time.
Is it your biggest gig?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your biggest? Have you done support for Joanne McNally?
Joanne, Des, Jason.
Where did you support Joanne?
I did Vicar Street, and I did the biggest room I did with her was I think it's like 2,000 seater, the big one in Castlebar, the Theatre Royal, is it?
Oh yeah, the Theatre Royal. Yeah. It's an odd little spot location.
And I did the INEC with her once as well, the big room. They're mad. It's like out the other side of the country that we don't think, and then that these big venues exist, and then these are huge, massive barns.
I mean, Joanne McNally has reached stratospheric heights. She's reached heights that no other comedian have reached. Irish comedian, anyway.
70 Vicar Street, is it? I think, on her tour.
I mean, it's quite a phenomenon.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when she was just coming up. And, there's Joanne, but then just seeing how her fans reacted to her, it reminded me of like the Beatles. The Beatles, she was in Top Secret, and you just go, girls like that. Like, it's like, whoa.
I remember the first time I did a Vicar Street for her, and so I introduced her from the stage, and I went, oh my God. And I couldn't even, when I was trying to say her name, here she comes or whatever, you couldn't hear my voice on the microphone, on the whole PA system, you couldn't hear it.
Is that because they were screaming girls?
And she is connected in a big way, and I've said this before, but a part of my delight as regards her success is how many people think they're way better than her, and you're not.
Yeah, or you just connect with the audience, and there's something.
Well, it goes. That's exactly what you were saying about earlier on. She's doing something for her audience. Like she knows what they like and what they want.
But also, I saw her as well. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, and she got really, really good, and she has her own particular style, which is hugely important. I mean, people talk about jokes, but having a style, a personal style, is very. There's a lot of good comedians who write good jokes, but their style is not very original.
Yeah,
and hers is. But obviously, I can't give names, but there's a lot of fucking comedians who who thought she was a pile of shite or didn't like her or whatever, and those comedians thought they were much better than her. And she has gone stratospheric, and they're still, scrabbling around.
Yeah, I didn't know. I feel like I missed out on a lot of tensions on the Irish comedy scene because I kind of came back from London.
I'm a large part
off.
of the tension.
No shit.
Probably the singular real force. It's all in David's head.
No, but I like it. No, listen, it's like any, area. There's always competitiveness. I like the competitiveness. Do you know what I mean? And it's very, Irish where you go, that fucking Stephen Mullan. He's a shithead. Hey, Stephen, how are you?
My podcast.
Yeah. No. Do you know what I mean, though? It's that kind of carry on. But
it's all.
But yeah, so yeah, it is amazing. I don't think there's been a bigger. Has there been a bigger Irish comedian?
Well, I think she definitely smashed the record on Vicar Street. Anyway, numbers wise.
Yeah.
But so. Yeah,
but can we learn more about you, Stephen? So
how can you learn more about me?
Yeah, how did you?
This is it.
Start in stand up.
Yeah.
Good question, Hannah.
Good question, Hannah.
What drew you?
I'm trying to remember.
How did you
what was it about when you saw like someone on stage and you thought to yourself, I could do that?
I honestly didn't. I never looked at stand-up comedy when I was growing. Like I was obsessed with sports. Didn't do well in school. Dropped out. And then it was through going back to school that I started to find creative world, and I ended up on an introduction to theatre and performance PLC course. And off the back of that, basically Drew, a theatre company, hired me for a job, so I was in theatre acting, as an actor, which was like, that's quite the punt for.
What's the woman's name?
Gary Hines.
Yeah, it's funny because Gary Hines, I think, is seeing someone romantically around this area. I haven't seen Gary Hines around here for a while. But there was one time her and her partner were walking up the street, and there was a guy pissing, and the two of them were like. Like all shocked and thing, and then in my head I was thinking, that's how I feel about your creative endeavours. You know what I mean? Now you know how it feels, Gary Hines.
Thanks for giving me a chance, Gary.
No, Gary.
But it was quite the punt. To be fair, like I was like somebody out of nowhere, and I wasn't an actor. I hadn't acted before. And then from there, I got a couple of bits and parts in films.
What was the play you were in?
It was called Big Maggie. Aisling O'Sullivan played the lead.
Oh God, I have to say that Aisling O'Sullivan, she is some actor. She's she just
powerful.
She just has that look. You remember Jerry McSorley?
Yeah.
Or Gleason, Brendan Gleason.
Yeah.
They just had there's something commanding about him, and Aisling O'Sullivan is in that. She does look quite. I mean, she has a very mental look. Like you just look at her and you go, Jesus Christ, wouldn't fucking mess with her.
And she's powerful,
she's a great actor. I mean, it's funny that I wonder, like, why isn't she much bigger than, or is she big? She's big in theatre, but not.
She's an amazing theatre actor. Like, it's quite, it's completely intimidating. She's a powerhouse.
Yeah,
I'm watching her and Gary, because
did you ever write a powerhouse? Did you?
Did you ever get a raise?
It's funny when people say,
I had such a crush on our work.
She's no oil painting, or he's no oil painting. Did you ever write a fucking oil painting before it dried? Like, you'd be fucking ruined, huh? Anyway, so you had a crush on Aisling O'Sullivan?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, working with her, and then. And then
And did you when you got no go on.
Did you do the thing your chairman did you
Oh yeah. I got someone else to send messages.
What does Aisling is she working in film now? Do Aisling O'Sullivan IMDb and see what films she's working in?
Yeah,
she's definitely done a few other bits in recent years with Drew that were quite popular with Dervla Crotty and Maureen.
She's best known for Raw, that show
Yes.
about the clinic. She was in Michael Collins as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but anything, but something international or more up to date.
The Sparrow.
Okay, so anyway, Aisling, I think you'd be brilliant in loads of stuff. What the fuck? Get a new agent, sort your shit out.
She's a theatre actor, mate. You know.
No,
that's
well-
her
Yeah,
thing. You know.
She started. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Who
You know,
cares?
she's got integrity. She doesn't go for
Yeah.
the shitty
And that's the
TV
thing.
shows,
And
movies.
that's
Yeah,
why
there's
she's
too-
no house.
There's too much reverence paid to these actors. Let's be honest. You know, they're not as the film actors. Like
Yeah.
like I mean, when people look up to them. Should we really look up to them?
No.
No, definitely
No,
not.
definitely
You look
not.
up to
But they-
Leonardo.
Do I? Oh yeah. Yeah, you little bastard.
Scut.
You know, the most popular, influential public person, like it's Tyler Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
Tyler Swift.
What name a song by Taylor Swift?
I actually
I'm
can't.
Tyler Swift, ready to.
I actually
I'm
can't.
Tyler Swift.
I'm gonna buy myself flowers.
No.
I'm gonna buy myself
That's
no.
not. That's
Okay, yeah, but
Miley
look,
Cyrus.
look. This is for the girls. I'm gonna buy myself flowers. What is it, Jack? Because I don't need the validation.
I can buy myself flowers.
I can buy myself flowers because I don't. I love myself. Hello. Yeah, this is the florist. You've been listening to Miley Cyrus, haven't you? You fucking gobshite. Would you fuck off?
Oh God.
I can buy myself flowers.
Oh God.
Tits. Go on.
I don't even know where we are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you were saying that you got some film work.
Oh yeah, just little. Yeah, I suppose.
No
I
such thing as a
lucky.
small part.
Well, I'll tell you how small this part was. My first time on a film set was doing a scene. I was just a guy on the reception with Juliette Binoche, the Oscar winner, right? Never been on a film
What
set
was
before.
the film?
1,000 Times Good Night. She played a wartime photographer, and this is how small this part was. The whole sequence got cut from the film.
Now,
But it's on my IMDb.
Juliette Binoche was in Chocolat.
Chocolat.
Chocolat,
She won the
yeah.
Oscar for The English Patient.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Juliette Binoche.
There's an actor with integrity, I would say.
Juliette what's her name?
Binoche.
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 I'm thinking of
Binoche.
Juliette Bonas.
Binoche.
Yeah,
No,
she's
She's the
but-
producer on The Savage Eye. I think she's
Oh,
going
yeah.
out with. Go on.
Yeah, Mr. Gleason. Yeah.
How do you know her?
From another film called Get Up and Go. She was
Yeah.
the producer on that. And anyway, so
We didn't get on.
moving on.
So how did it end? How did you end up doing stand up?
So I the acting thing kind of, I moved to London to pursue the acting thing, and it didn't really go anywhere. I actually got sacked off a job. It wasn't my fault. It was Irish speaking. Somebody thought I could do it. They weren't happy with how I was doing it. I was mortified, and I was like, I'm never doing it again. And I was working in kitchens. I was working in a restaurant. I was cooking and all that stuff. And I came back to speak. I came back from my mother's 60th, and I did a funny speech at her 60th, and I made people laugh at it. And my dad, of course, was going, "I'm telling you, you should be doing stand-up yours." And I just went back.
Is that how your dad talks?
No, but I turned it up to annoy him.
Right.
He's not that bad. But I went back to London and just started on the open mic scene in London and died of my hole for
Was-
oh my
was
God,
he
for
actually- was
once,
he actually-
The father was supportive.
Was he
wasn't
actually telling you to do stand up for years?
I don't quite remember, but like we had quite a fractious relationship growing up, and because my dad was an evangelical preacher when I was growing up.
way.
What?
Yeah, he's not now.
What's evangelical? That means that the part of your remit is to convince other people. You have to go out and canvass.
Yeah, I suppose like when I was a toddler, he would have been evangelizing on the streets of Cork City in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, so I remember sitting on a crate, like 3, 4, and he was there. Jesus loves you, and this is what the cross means.
And you
all
haven't
that.
been talking about this in your set?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just don't listen to them. And then, but I remember sitting as a toddler, right, and like alcoholics or homeless people walking by, go, Jesus is a bollocks, you know. And I remember this one guy going, "Hello, little man," coming up to me, and he's like, "Why doesn't he talk back to me?" And my father going, "Because you're scaring him."
Yeah.
But I was used to that. That was it's an unusual upbringing, but. Yeah, it's, as I say to my dad, we're sure we're doing the same thing. We're both talking shite into a microphone, you know.
Well, it's a bit,
what does he do now? Did he stop?
Now he runs a social entrepreneurship in Smithfield called Third Space. It's like a cafe restaurant, and it's very very community based. There's no religious affiliation.
What's a social entrepreneur?
Basically, the kind of ethos of the place they might hire people who don't might not normally get hired, or they don't have opportunities in work because of whatever personal issues they have, and they would spend extra time with them to kind of give them work opportunities. But also a lot the money, the profits of the business go back into the community. So
how do they make money?
It's a restaurant, it's a working cafe restaurant. So the money goes back into helping community projects or helping or fundraising for things that are going on in the area and stuff like that. So
how does he make money then?
He just he gets a wage, like.
Oh,
that's it. Not very much.
And is he still religious?
Yeah, but he's not working in organizer. My mom and him would still be very. They would still be very with their faiths. They'd be still very practicing, but they're not heavily involved with a church or anything anymore. Because now they have 3 kids who have nothing to do with it. So
this is a wild guess. Was your dad on some mission to Argentina and they met there?
Yeah, they met on a ship.
Oh, well done, Jack.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So there was 2 ships that I think there's only one of them now, but 2 ships used to travel the world spreading the good news.
Oh, okay.
My mom joined it from Argentina. My dad joined it from Glasgow. I think he was in Glasgow at the time, and that's how they met. They lived in Argentina for a year and decided.
How did they meet on what ship? I mean, the ship sailed to Argentina. Your dad was on it.
Well, it traveled the world, yeah. And people would live on the ship.
Good news.
Spray it. Basically, they would stop off in ports and they'd help churches in whatever city they stopped in or whatever like that, and do.
What year was that?
When they met, early 80s, 1980 maybe.
What size was the ship?
I don't know, but there was. My mom lived on it for 3 years, like along with a lot of
how
other people.
big was the fucking ship?
I haven't
Stephen?
got. It was.
You don't know the
17
ship.
hands.
There was.
Probably a big ship.
He doesn't know the
big
ship
ship.
that he was conceived on, Hannah.
Oh no! Jeez, they wouldn't have done that. Dave.
They would have ridden on
They
the
were
ship.
rocketed or not?
They would have been against the Lord's will.
They rode on the ship, and the night Stephen was conceived.
Yeah, I think I was conceived in Buenos Aires, but anyway.
So that's it. So you don't know how big the ship is, and who came up with that idea? I wish I came up with that.
There's
idea.
2 of them.
I'd be like that. Yeah, no, I believe in Jesus. Yeah, come on in. You're cute.
That's
Yeah. No, have a cabin there. Oh, it's just beside mine. How did that happen?
That's
They wouldn't
the cult
do that.
the cult of McSavage.
I'd
What
say
it should be called, Dave?
Yeah, the Scientology. What was your man's name?
Elon.
Dave-
Oh,
David-
Sea Org. Your dad was in Sea Org.
What's Sea Org?
Sea Org from Scientology. Because the original thing in Scientology, what
Ron
was
Hubbard.
his name? Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron.
He had a big boat and he dressed like a captain or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And you can't be too critical of a Scientologist or they'll fucking go after
But
you.
the leader now is called David Miscavige.
Oh yeah, Miscarriage.
You're joking me.
Like Max
Yeah.
Savage, but
Yeah.
Miscavige.
Miscavige.
Have we told your family what my daughter calls you?
Oh, what's that? Oh yes.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
What is
Go
it?
on.
She's a big fan of. We watched that Amazon show that David was on. We love it. We watched it about 10 times because we keep watching it back and finding all the little bits of people. But she calls him David McSandwich.
How old is she?
6.
Aw.
Yeah. So she's a big fan.
That's rude, Hannah.
Because you've been eating constantly.
Exactly. And he's
Toast.
eating. Why is he eating beans out of his pocket, Daddy?
Nah.
I'm like, because he's
silly.
David McSandwich.
Like
And then David video calls her and does his fake crying, and she's like, "Stop
Yeah,
it, he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
really sad." And I'm like, "He is deep down."
So yeah, moving along from that shite story.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about your kid.
Yeah, but no, so are you going to have more kids?
How many kids do you have? Just one?
I have one. Yeah, I'm single, so I don't know if anybody.
So where's the mother?
Well, do we want to talk about this?
And we're going to start a podcast, me and her, Cole, and that's why we're definitely not going to be together ever again. We're just not together.
Yeah.
So
and have you found love? Are you open to meeting new love?
I'm definitely. It's on and off. It's hard when you've got kids with somebody else. I find.
Yeah, because
they're always going to come behind your daughter.
Do you what?
No, because
you
mean
make that sexual. You nut job.
No, your daughter comes first.
My daughter comes first. Yeah.
And then...
Now that word's in our head. Can we stop recording this?
But in other words, because
my daughter's my priority.
If you're dating, if you've seen a woman, you want her to hang out, and you don't have to schedule things. But when you've got your child, you have to schedule things.
I think it's going to be hard for the prospective partner to realize that. Like, I've got my work is unsociable hours, and then, sorry, I've got a puking 6-year-old or whatever like that. I won't be seeing you this evening. I'm sure. Now, some people do it, and actually, single mothers are very understanding.
But I think also, it's not at our age. When you get a bit older, you don't want to be living in someone's pocket either. It's nice to have space to do your own thing, and so
I don't know if I'd have more kids. Would you have more kids?
I definitely
can you have more kids?
Oh,
I would have more kids. Yeah, no, I think I'm too old now.
It's not too old. You're not able to look after them. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Yes, you did. You're probably right. What was it like? Is it
that would be a competition, David? You don't like it?
Huh?
A competition to you?
Oh.
What?
Wow, he's a very nice.
What did were you surprised when you had a kid? Like, did it change? Why is this a
I
fucking?
don't know, because when you had a kid, were you surprised?
Were you surprised? I'm trying to ask.
No,
I get what he's trying to say, but I didn't go.
How was comedy in London or England? You said you started over there. How was it? Was it difficult?
Yeah, I think I was leaving anyway. I just it happened that an opportunity came up to come home, and I kind of I am happy raising my daughter in Ireland, but it's very, very different. And I think for comedy wise, what I struggle with was like off the stage. It's just more crack here. I was thinking of moving to Glasgow or Liverpool or something like that. It's not. I love London. I love it, but it's not. There's not much crack in the city. Do you know what I mean?
I love the way when people say they love London. What part of London?
Yeah.
And then a lot of London. Oh, that's amazing. But you can just look at these great buildings. You can't go inside them. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Need to live there,
and then Hannah, you were going out with the guy from Croydon, and what? See, she can do the joke. Go on. It's just what you just have to do it.
I cried on myself to sleep.
And that's a good
night.
joke. Yeah. At night, I was crying myself to sleep.
Hey, sorry, is Hannah still doing her minute of stand-up?
No, I gave it up. I couldn't anymore.
No,
it was too much pressure.
Just write a few more of them.
No, but she was so. You could see Hannah was in such pain.
I was.
It was so cruel.
I loved it.
Hannah,
you were cruel, yeah.
Yeah, I was cruel, but you could see Hannah's.
But also, everybody said I had not. Like if you go on stage, you need to your crowd be warmed up.
Yeah.
You need to have a good introduction.
Yeah. These
you
are
have
good
good
points.
Support.
Yeah.
You have people like you.
Yes.
So I had all those adverse.
Yeah. You're up against it.
I was.
You need to actually tell a joke.
Who didn't like me. I wasn't well introduced. And
I think you were so up against it in the elements here that if you probably went to a club like tonight, you'd kill it. You'd probably kill, yeah.
I don't know about it. But
Any news about Nicolas Cage, Daniel?
My favourite section of the show.
Daniel.
Yes.
Okay, come on.
Yes. A, B, C,
Why is Daniel not on the microphone?
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
No, don't keep going. I don't come in.
That's all you have to do.
Okay, go on.
So
Nicolas Cage news.
Yeah, he's Nicolas Cage is actually in
Trivia about Nicolas Cage. Nothing trivial about Nicolas Cage.
He's in talks with Sony and Amazon about doing a live-action Spider-Man noir show.
Yeah.
So like he'd be reprising his role from Spider-Man across the universe, across the Spider-Verse. And
Sorry, if Hannah could get off Tinder while we're doing this, please, that'd be great. Thank you.
Every opportunity is good opportunity.
Go on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And-
Daniel.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And yeah, so he might actually be playing be in a TV show, and that'd be interesting.
Did we not talk about that before, Jack? Daniel?
I don't think
no,
so.
I don't think so. This is
I watched a Nicolas Cage movie during the week, The Croods. I didn't realize he played the dad.
Oh yeah,
in
that's
Cartoon
right.
The
Yeah,
Croods. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's like apparently one of his most successful films, I think.
Really?
Yeah, like in terms of box office. Yeah.
It's funny. I heard Brendan Gleeson talking about, doing kids' movies and people criticizing him or something. And he made a really good point because, like, when you're a kid, like watching a film, it's like such a mind-blowing experience.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And it's such a little delicate, sensitive part of a human's life. And he was saying it's a privilege to be part of
Absolutely.
that, which I thought was a very sweet thing to say.
We went to the cinema. I went to cinema twice with my daughter during the week. Speaking of like childhood experience in the cinema, to see Migration, the new movie, and then she loved it so much she wanted to go see it again. So we went 2 days later to see it
Yeah.
again. Is it called 4KD or something like that? Which is basically you've got the 3D glasses on for the film, but then you're sitting in these chairs and the chairs move.
Ah, yeah.
And then there's smoke, and then when in the movie when they get to Jamaica, they let off the smell and it's all really sweet and all that. Ah, it was
Oh,
brilliant.
it's like
I loved
4D or something.
Yes,
It's like
and then they spray water at you
4D,
when you. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love
wanna
taking.
go
I
to
love taking
experience
Daniel.
that.
I love taking.
I went to one of those, but I went to Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That'd be brilliant.
It was kind of fun. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. It was a bit silly though. It was like
It is silly, but, like,
you're
it's
being
fun.
thrown around like in your chair, like
Yeah.
while like dinosaurs are coming through the screen or whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
But I love taking Jack and Daniel to the cinema, and you take them to something that they shouldn't really be seeing, and they'd be just so little, their little eyes, and you'd hold them. Aww.
no, but like you wouldn't take them to something
To The
inappropriate.
Exorcist. Yeah, Exorcist.
I just remember taking Jack and Daniel to cinema, like watching kids' movies, and then halfway through you'll be having a nap.
You have a nap, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
They're only little lumps.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Hannah would have the nap.
Jack, thank you, Daniel. Conspiracy Corner.
This better not be about Hitler in Argentina.
Oh shit! I'll change it.
I'm joking.
No, I'm
totally
joking. All these TikTok dances, all these dance trends, they're there for a purpose. Like where did they all come from? Like where did they come from? Well, what they're actually doing is they're gathering loads of data for the robots that they're going to build. So all the like movements of the dances, and then they're harvesting all this data so that they could create so it's going to be like iRobot the movie,
Right.
all these like real fluid robots.
Okay.
And maybe something will happen, maybe it won't, but
What
But
do you,
you know-
do you mean that that the algorithm on TikTok is making them?
so you see the way so see the dances, the trends on TikTok.
Yeah.
So people have all these trends
Yeah.
on TikTok. So,
Yeah.
So they're like, moving their bodies in certain ways.
Yes.
You look at the dances, they're a bit weird. They're
Yes.
like, I'm gonna do this arm
Weird
here
robotic,
and like
yeah.
go like this and
Yeah.
like they're not. It's not really dancing, really. It's kind of just weird movements.
Okay.
So they're getting all the movements of a human being through the things.
Who are?
The
Damn.
the people
people
who
who are
are
gonna make the
trying
robots.
to enslave everyone.
Yeah.
Society.
Okay.
Yeah,
I-
the one who rules you, rules me, rules us, and they know more than we do.
But if you imagine if you were gonna create, if you're gonna because when people do like CGI and they're creating, they wear the bubbles on them.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get the motion capture.
Yes.
So it's kind of like motion capture, but on a global, grander scale, so that you get all the movements. Because if you imagine you want to make an AI robot that was like a human, you would need to get all the movements gathered through data
Oh my God.
and then create it. Anyway, that's conspiracy
Should
corner
not-
for this week.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah.
It's hard to, yeah.
Robots, artificial intelligence. They're just going to start entertaining themselves, and we will be just sidelined. We will be just, an amusement We'll be like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Oh, we would be like in a cage. You know, like, amuse us.
Yeah.
I mean,
They would poke you.
if there was there was that show called Robots, and the robots looked the exact same as humans, but they were being discriminated against because they're robots. You know.
Yeah.
Like, would you discriminate against a robot that looked like a human?
Oh Christ! I mean, I discriminate. I mean, we humans fucking hate each other. So you know what I mean. Okay, so Stephen,
Thank you,
go
Jack.
on, Stephen.
Can I just say that
For lightening the mood.
I would like to.
Where's the cardamom buns?
I just would like to say to our audience that we reading the comments, and we would like more comments, and people say what they want to see, their opinion, and I would like to read one from the New Eye Movie Man, but he said. I love the family, blah blah blah.
Huh?
David Over.
Speak it up. Speak.
Okay.
Jesus
Hannah
Christ,
is
Hannah.
absolutely...
No, Hannah. Just say this is a message written by thing, and then just read it.
Are you mansplaining? You know, I just said I just wanted to get over a little bit.
That's your favorite
just
phrase,
forward.
mansplaining.
I love this family.
Wait,
Hannah is absolutely...
wait. Just go now.
Okay.
Who's it from?
The number one movie man.
God, I could.
Or for a little slap.
Show me.
Just, I love this family. Hannah is absolutely ripping it out of David Over, the new girlfriend. It's so funny as he's trying not to react. Haha. By the way, when are we going to see Fiona O'Shaughnessy on the podcast? David promised us she would make an appearance. I'm starting to think Fiona is dodging a bullet from her perspective.
Okay, well, Fiona, you know what Fiona? She's very ethereal. It's like trying to capture Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Is she there? Is she? They see her here. They see her there. Is it? But Fiona may or may not make an appearance. You know what I mean?
You can watch her. You can watch her on the new season of Halo.
Oh yes, you can please watch Fiona O'Shaughnessy in the new season of Halo. Actually, is it good, Daniel?
Well, she's actually like doing like combat moves and stuff.
No way.
Yeah,
Cool.
she is. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah.
And you like Halo, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I like the game, like where it originally came from. Yeah.
What's Fiona's character's name?
I can't remember exactly. It's
super floaty, isn't she?
Yeah, like I don't know. She's like the wife of a pirate captain, or
so. My ex-girlfriend is the wife of a pirate captain in the hugely popular series Halo. When is it on Amazon Prime?
I think it's Paramount Plus. I think.
Okay.
I think.
And she's doing better than me.
She's no integrity.
Oh, you shouldn't compare yourself to anyone else because you are unique and you've got your own path in life. You've got your own challenges.
As she says, you are unique.
Okay, so can we talk about Stephen Mullan? Where is are your tour dates on our website?
Yeah, thestephenmullan.com. All the tour dates are on.
And the big gig you want to sell out is
Dublin Liberty Hall, April the 12th. I feel the pressure.
So this is the biggest gig that Stephen's done. Yeah. I've seen Stephen many, many times. More times than I cared.
And he's listened to my material. Your dad's a preacher, is he?
And he's the future, and he's brilliant. And you have to go and see it. Like, you have to. You don't just sit there and be all passive. Go and get a fucking ticket.
Click the buttons.
Buy a fucking ticket. Oh no, or else pay for your fucking license fee.
That's true.
You don't.
Do you want to pay your license?
Do you want to buy Toy
Yes.
Show the musical, or go and see Stephen and support your local comedian? You ungrateful bastards.
Yes, and click like, and subscribe.
This is wonderful.
So thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank
folks.
you, my
Cheers.
Princess Jack, my Princess Daniel. Someday this kingdom will be yours. And my beautiful partner, ex-wife, mother of my children, Hannah Dignat.
Dignatum.